Uh, this presentation is a part of SDCS subject that is there in Xavier Institute of Management Bhubaneswar, and here we are trying to do a project on sustainability practices across industries. Next, we are a group of 6 people and we are present in group 9 of section E. We will be focusing on sustainable practices in the compressor industry, and we have taken the following industries. Next, Atlas Copco. So it is actually a Swedish manufacturer of industrial tools and equipment. Since 1873, they have been driven by an innovative spirit ever since, and they firmly believe that there is always a better way of doing things. They have been ranked 23rd in the 2015 Global 100 Most Sustainable Corporations in the World Index, and they have been ranked there for 9 times consistently. And they have been in close cooperations with customers and business partners with more than 140 years of experience, and their products and services include compressors, vacuum solutions and air treatment systems, construction and mining equipment, power tools and assembly systems. Atlas Copco took various sustainability initiatives both globally and in the US, and these were like decreasing CO2 emissions, working actively to eliminate corruption, promoting access to clean drinking water in countries in need, and boosting customer energy efficiency by at least 20% between 2010 to 2020. So next part will be taken by Shivani.
So, as mentioned by my friend Saubhagya, the company Atlas Copco is a world-leading provider of sustainable productivity solutions. They serve customers in more than 180 countries with products and service focused on productivity, energy efficiency, safety, and ergonomics. So, to achieve their sustainability goals, they have an integrated strategy in place. They have a presence in 180 countries. They constantly innovate themselves to come up with better and better products. They try to increase the operational efficiency of their products so that the customers get benefit of reduced energy consumption and costs. Then they have service centers spread across various parts of the country which can serve their customers well, and they always focus on recruiting the most talented and retaining those people in the corporations. Then their priorities for sustainable profitable growth are innovation, strong business ethics, safety and health, resource efficiency, and competent teams. They have a very strong business code of practice in place. They operate in many countries, and sometimes the countries have very lax rules and regulations as far as labor, human resource, and all environment and all such things are concerned. But in these countries, the company ensures that it follows its own business code of practice, which is more stringent than the rules and regulations prevalent in the countries. And then it has been it has been empirically proven that companies which engage their stakeholders, all their stakeholders ranging from customers, employees, business partners, shareholders, and society and environment, are more successful in achieving their sustainability goals than other companies. So they make sure that they are in touch with their customers, they understand their needs, they are also in touch with their employees, and they have some rules by which they select their business partners. They measure their success with respect to the uh, environmental regulations that they have followed, whether they check whether they have not used any unfair labor practices, and they are also committed to engaging with their shareholders as well as the society and environment. Then they also empower local communities. There is a water for all initiative by their employees, by which they have been able to reach out to and provide clean drinking water to 1.5 million people across the world. Then they have the highest ethical standards in the business. They frequently they organize business in complex markets. For example, they procure minerals and metals like tungsten, mica, etc. from conflict areas, and they make sure that their supply chain is not based on such conflict minerals. And then they have whistleblowing and access to remedy, They have a employee helpline by which employees can make anonymous complaints to report any such unsustainable practices prevalent in the company. Then they are also focused on creating a very ethical supply chain, as I already mentioned, that they have a charter by which they select their business partners. They do not engage in arbitrary selection. They have a very stringent policy. Then they always try to reduce their environmental impact. All their buildings are very energy efficient. They try to reduce their materials, energy, and water consumption. Also, they invest heavily in safety and health. The next company, which is Gardner Denver, will be taken up by Aparna.
So, the reason why Gardner Denver has been included in this particular presentation is because it is a very old company, but it has set itself as an example for companies to adopt sustainable practices. This company is an American company which started its operation in 1859, and they have an experience of more than 100 years, and constantly they have been trying to innovate in the technologies and services that provide. Now, this company is a global leader in manufacturing, designing, installation, and service of compressor technologies, and they have been present in various industries, whether you look into manufacturing, construction, mining, or pharmaceuticals. The compressors that this company provides is present everywhere, and they have constantly been innovating and working hard to increase the efficiency of the compressors they provide by reducing the energy it consumes and overall decreasing the cost of ownership of these compressors. Now, they provide a wide range of compressor technologies to suit the various industries and applications they support. The most important one, which we'll be talking about, is the oil free technology that they produce. Now, this technology, it not only decreases the environmental impact of compressors, but it also improves the performance and energy efficiency of the system. The compressors help consumers to reduce the carbon footprint and also ensure that a clean, reliable, and a compressed air supply is produced, and it has a number of environmental benefits. Now, some of the features that these compressors have is important to understand, because normally there's a perception that um any sustainability practices improved would add additional cost to a company and would reduce its overall profitability, but these compressors negate that myth that is present. uh, these compressors reduce the energy consumption, due to which the overall efficiency of the system increases, and they are 100% oil free, which ensures that there is no elimination or any possibility of oil contamination. And normally industries have an issue with disposing the waste material that is produced in their industry, but because these compressors are oil free, there is no hassle or any tension of the waste, the oil that comes out, or any environmental impact that it could cause. At the same time, they are very convenient to use, because their maintenance costs are low, because the compressors are very simple in construction and convenient to use. They have fewer moving parts, and they are very reliable. So overall, they are very advantageous for people who for industries who use these compressors, and they also are highly green and sustainable. Now, the next part would be taken up by Shreya.
The next company that we have taken is Ingersoll Rand. It is part of the S&P 500 group. Its net revenue is 13.3 billion in the year 2015. It is a 145-year-old company, and it provides a wide range of technologically advanced, highly reliable, and low maintenance air compressors. It is a regular member of the Dow Jones Sustainability World and North American indices. The company aims the products by 50% till the year 2020 and lower the global. It has invested 500 million over next 5 years in product related research to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. It has reduced 35%. It has achieved a reduction of 35% in greenhouse gas footprint of the company's building, manufacturing facilities and fleet by 2020. It wants to efficiently manage its energy consumption, water consumption, natural resources, and land use, and water and waste and recycling management. Ingersoll Rand has established a sustainability governance structure to enable it to achieve the long-term sustainability goals. The structure includes an external sustainability advisory council, internal sustainability strategy council, and the Center for Energy Efficiency and Sustainability, which is known as CEES. It wants to improve the sustainability of the society at large. The company has launched a conflict mineral program and adopted a conflict mineral policy in 2013. The company seeks to responsibly source minerals from countries covered by the Security and Exchange Commission conflict mineral rules and to avoid supporting the armed groups causing human rights violations. Implementing environment, health and safety policies for eliminating injuries and improving the well-being of the employees, creating an open reporting culture and sustaining a safety focused zero incident philosophy is the top priority for the company. The next slide will be taken up by Siddharth.
Now I'll be taking you through some of the data of Ingersoll and how they have performed across the years in reducing the emissions and different waste that have been produced. As we can see here, the normalized direct and indirect GHG emissions between 2010 to 2014, they have consistently kept on reducing their emission levels. Also on the if we consider the level of air emissions of volatile organic compounds, that they have significantly reduced from 2010 to 2014. Here we can see in 2010 there was an emission level of 4011 metric tons of CO2, whereas in 2014 it's reduced to 2739 metric tons of CO2. Even on the total energy consumption front, they have managed to reduce that energy consumption greatly. Between 2010 to 2014, they have reduced it as much as by 10%. While we can see a slight rise between 2013 to 14, it can be attributed to a certain expansion in their business, but overall still they have been able to achieve much more efficiency in their process and reduction in the total energy consumption. If we also consider the fuel consumption by type, they have been able to reduce their reliance on natural gases, diesel and petroleum products. We can see here the natural gases consumption they have reduced greatly from 2010 to 2014, and even reliance on diesel and gas oils have been greatly reduced from 60,000 units to 49,000 units. There has been a slight increase in the dependence on petroleum products because of its better high octane value, and that has been complementary to its reduction in the dependence on diesel. Here also we see the data regarding the non-hazardous waste to landfill. They have been able to recycle and all the non-hazardous waste that they have been producing, as we can see in the second table here regarding the non-hazardous waste recycled. So over the years from 2010 to 14, they have increased the amount of waste, non-hazardous waste that they produce. They have been able to recycle it more. As a result, the amount of this waste going to the landfills, they have also have been able to significantly reduce it from 2010 to 2014. The hazardous waste generated, as here we can see, they have been able to reduce it by almost as much as 30% between 2010 to 2014. This is quite a significant reduction compared to the industry standard being followed in the compressor industry. That's all from us. Thank you.